Spud Webb.
Of course, the emotional hometown favorite, 5'7" Spud Webb. He will really turn the crowd on, but I don't think he's a contestant to win this thing.
All right, and speaking of who you think might be able to win, I have my favorite. I think Dominique Wilkins is going to win this thing.
A little extra respect there, I think, from that glance of Dominique.
Now, Terrence Stansbury, first round, his first attempt, he had 34.
Whoa!
That's the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty, 360, and that's what turned him on in Indiana last year when he finished third in the slam dunk.
Stansbury had a little difficulty first round, missed his first two attempts, came back, and there it is in slow motion, the 360 Statue of Liberty.
I thought he might save that, but he went to it right away.
Right, of course, he came in third last year in that competition, and Indiana had his big cheering section with him, his coaching staff. First round.
And there's some boos. The crowd thought that was a 50.
Now here's Terrence Stansbury. We've got a dunk off. He is tied with Jerome Kersey. And he catches his own pass, double clutches at home. Now that's the move that he missed in his first attempt earlier when he missed 2 times consecutively and had to go conservatively.
What a special move.
And on the dunk off, Kersey tries to go for the 2-ball dunk, comes up a little bit short on the second one, and that means Terrence Stansbury wins the first round dunk off, and he will move into the semifinal.
Terrence Stansbury, of course, you mentioned the surprise of last year's competition on his home floor in Indianapolis. You can see that he's still, of course, you know, carrying that entourage along with him. We talk about the timing, John, about Spud Webb.
Yes.
You can see what can happen.
It makes you appreciate Webb's move so much more.
And now, I don't want to remind you, John, but you did say that you didn't think Spud had a realistic chance of winning.
Right. I really didn't. I'll stay with it. Thanks, Rick.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Oh, we got another round to go here. Stansbury, let's see if he goes to his Statue of Liberty. Boy, he gets up, doesn't he? Puts it off the backboard and then meets it at the top of the leaf there.
Again, showing the great versatility and the timing of these terrific athletes. The concentration and the perfect timing.
Look at him hang there. Terrence Stansbury at 6'5", and look, his head is almost up at the rim.
Well, you saw his head was up near the bottom of the backboard. Now, when Julius Erving hit his head on the basket up in Denver, they started thinking about changing the backboard, and so this year, that backboard is 6 inches shorter underneath. Here comes Terrence Stansbury. And he was nowhere near it on that particular move. Took off even behind the mark.
The temptation is so great to leave at the foul line, as Michael Jordan did last year, as Julius does. And guys want to stay with that, but it's a long way to the hoop. 15 feet or so, isn't it?
That's the problem. That's what they say. He's a little bit behind, as you see, and he just didn't get the elevation that was necessary. Very easy to sit here and criticize this, John, right? Let's just say critique it. Here he goes with his second effort. And that time he took off inside the free throw line, and you notice the difference in the result.
Nice dunk. I have to remind people that these fellows are competing for $12,000 in first prize money. $7,500 to the second place man, $55,000 to third place, and $2,500 to the fourth place finisher.
And there's Stansbury. There's the step just inside the free throw area, but now he got the height, and on the way down, takes it home.
A score of
39 for Stansbury.
Tough judges. That was it.
And our fourth and final competitor here in the semifinals, Terrence Stansbury. Oh, now there's creativity.
You said it. I think he did that one last year, too. Catches the ball.
Little double clutch move. Through the midgie cam. Throw it up, catch it. Little double clutch move, take it down, and bring it back. Outstanding. That should certainly, I would think, another angle from behind Stansbury. Marvelous move.
You know, we have the benefit here of the second look at it, and it's 1 point from perfection for Terrence Stansbury. So the judges really saw that one well. Creativity on that one, and certainly a lot of athleticism.
Now Paul Pressey, his third attempt. He had 44 and 35. Oh, again, just more or less kind of your basic cuff dunk, and not a lot of creativity there, John.
Paul Pressey just finished that stuff. Not too high in the air. I mean, Paul works out of the backcourt as a point forward for Don Nelson. Take another look at it. A basic dunk. Another one of those much more effective when there are 9 other guys on the court.
A very good score for Terry Tyler. Now the third try of Jerome Kersey.
Whoa! Off the backboard, one-handed slam.
Jerome had 39 and 43 in his 2 previous attempts, and this player plays with reckless abandon, and he dunks exactly the same way. Here he goes, off the glass. Look at his head, almost up at rim level.
Michael Thompson, his teammate in his rookie year, called him Jerome Crazy.
His third attempt, a 47. So an outstanding effort on the part of Jerome Kersey. We've got a dunk off. He is tied with Jerome Kersey. And he catches his own pass, double clutches and home. And that's the move that he missed in his first attempt earlier when he missed 2 times consecutively and had to go conservatively.
What a special move.
And on the dunk off, Kersey tries to go for the 2-ball dunk, comes up a little bit short on the second one, and that means Terrence Stansbury wins the first-round dunk off, and he's semifinals. So here
this is Dominique, the reigning champion. Take that, little guy.
Now you see the difference between Dominique, John, and a player like a Tyler or a Hinston is they're power dunkers as well. That was a power move, but the creativity. I mean, he's like a piece of artwork in the air.
He's something special. 2-handed power hook slam.
Little windmill action coming up. That was the kind when you're under the basket playing, John, you say, see you later, Dominique.
He has a staff of advisors here.
Now the second dunk of Roy Hinson. The first round had a 35.
Basic slam off the right wrist there. Roy at 6'9.5" is the tallest competitor this year.
John, he's more like a power dunker. Doesn't seem like he really gets a tremendous amount of creativity in his dunks. Let's take another look at it. Little cuff job.
Yeah, that's real nice when there's 9 other men on the court, but for this contest it's a little basic. There's not much flair there from Roy.
Well, he said that he thought he could win because he was the best. He certainly gets great elevation, but he doesn't have a lot of charisma when he goes up. I mean, I'd like to have his bad dunks.
Well, here's the guy who's shaking up the New York Knicks lineup, Gerald Wilkins. He's in for Orlando Woolridge, who couldn't make it this year because he hurt his hand.
Well, he shook him up with a 44 in his first attempt. Here goes for the second try. Over the chair.
Oh!
Right.
He talked about that the other day. He wanted to do something special, and that was it. He put that chair about 4 feet out in front of the basket.
No, he didn't put it there. Trent Tucker put it there. His
teammate. Yeah, his teammate.
Another look. Over the chair.
Isn't that incredible? And I'll tell you, Rick, he is no taller than 6'5".
Well, the smaller guys, it seems that it creates some sort of an illusion that they're doing more. The big guys, it doesn't seem like they have to take quite as much effort to do it. So the little guys have a little advantage in that respect.
Shaking up the New York Knicks lineup, Gerald Wilkins. They want Spud Webb, but they also want Dominique. Rick, I think the crowd is confused. They don't know what they want.
Well, one thing for sure is his brother, Gerald Wilkins, gets ready for his first dunk, is that we'll have 2 players going, and the scores don't really count. Wilkins almost came down on his tailbone, managed to get his hands down, but of course you're allowed to miss. Does not count against him.
Yubi Brown is watching. I'm sure he's happy to see he didn't hit the floor.
That's the last thing that the Knicks need.
This guy's really coming on strong this year, too, and he's excited the Knicks fans with his style.
Well, he's excited the fans here with his dunking.
That miss doesn't go against him. You can have 2 misses before they count.
And to reemphasize, the scoring is by round. It's not cumulative. It does not go on from round to round. So the 2 highest scorers in this second round will move on to our finals. And 3 dunks for each contestant here in the second round. And that's going to be a little costly for Wilkins. He is down to his final opportunity. He cannot afford another miss. And this happened to him in that first round, John, and he had to go very conservative on his last dunk.
Well, this allowing of misses, Rick, is good because it encourages guys to be creative and go for some wild stuff. But as you say, he's now out of chances. He's got to make this.
The bigger problem, too, is he's using up his legs a lot with those extra tries.
Stayed with it. Nice dunk, but a tough act to follow after.
Well, Spud Webb kind of set the scene, I would say.
He created some pressure.
There we go, a little slow motion. Not quite the style of and the flair of his older
No,
brother.
that's one you want when you know you're ahead and you have to put something up that's pretty good.
37 for
I'm
Gerald.
surprised. Judges are tough this year, Rick. I was a judge last year. We were much more lenient. I thought that was a higher number myself.
And Wilkins putting down the mark on the floor that he would like to take off from, which is right at the free throw line, so that he could spot it several steps further out. And so he's going to try the dunk that Julius Erving made famous, which is the full court running one-handing swoop shot taking off from the free throw line. So let's see if Gerald Wilkins can pull it off. Reminder, he cannot miss. He missed his steps, John. It seemed about 15 feet from the line. He had to regroup himself, and I think that cost him.
He wanted to take off at the foul line, too. Gerald Wilkins is really about 6'5", and Julius has a little more height on him. He's a great leaper, but he may have to go in a little bit, not take off from the foul line, but go in about 6 inches.
And see, he was getting ready to dunk again, and they're reminding him of the rules. As we said, he really cannot take another opportunity. He had 2 misses, and so
round.
he gets the maximum he could score now is a 5 on that.
Yes, he's still on the second round.
Only allowed 2 misses per round, so Gerald Wilkins will not get another opportunity, and that's going to cost them dearly.
And each player gets 3 dunks each on the second round.
So Gerald comes up with the maximum of 20. Really a terrific young man. I really enjoy talking with him, and expresses himself quite well, and a very intelligent young man who you have to give credit when a young man knows what his weaknesses are and works at them.
Gerald Wilkins has used up all of his misses, so that is his will count.
And that takes care of Gerald Wilkins. They are ruling out that he did have 1 more opportunity left.
Gerald tried that foul line takeoff move, one-handed slam. Fell a little short.
A score of 25 for Gerald Wilkins. Now
Again, he gets a 25.
Way up there, isn't he, though? But he just left the ground a little too early.
First 2 attempts.
That's not a 4-9 or a 5-0. I'll be surprised.
Again, the flair, the creativity, and the power.
47.
I'm surprised.
This is it. The moment everyone's been waiting for. Now what do you think of his chances?
Well, I think they've improved greatly.
A 360 move that was rather impressive also.
Heck of a dunk.
And Spud Webb comes through in the clutch to put the pressure on Dominique.
I think Spud had everybody fooled going into that slam dunk contest because he did some things that we didn't even know he could do. I mean, the 360s off the glass, the bounce, and catching it off the backboard. And all, that stuff was incredible.
Do or die right here. I don't think so, John. That was impressive, but I don't think that was 50. 48, and our new slam dunk champion with an incredible upset, Spud Webb.
I was at home and I had the crowd behind me. But, you know, he's a great person, and you know, it's great to have him with me in the championship. We're both of us on the same team.
Some of the stuff he was doing, it was beyond belief. I mean, you're never gonna see a little guy do that kind of stuff again. Never.
And now, Spud's first attempt in the dunk competition. And John, it looks like he's measuring things out pretty closely.
Well, he is. He's got a flair for the dramatic, Rick, and he's a hometown guy. The crowd really loves him. And he's fresh off his visit on the Tonight Show the other night, so he's got a flair.
Oh!
John, that ball looked like it hit Spud and came out. That's what he's saying. It hit him in the head, I think, and bounced back out of the basket.
It looked like he didn't make the shot, though.
Let's take a look at the replay. Here it is. Oh, definitely hit him right on the forehead.
No
bounced
question
right
about
out.
it. Look how high up he is. 5'5",
and now a final 37. And previous attempts for Spud Webb on his final try.
Double
clutch two-hander.
He just got some advice from Calvin Murphy before he did that one.
And the fans holding up their tens. The local favorite, Spud Webb. And this floor, John, is a new floor just for this weekend. And the fellow who put it down was telling me that it has a lot of spring in it. And Spud Webb showing you that indeed it does have spring, but he has got springs in his legs. Let's take another look at that move. There's the two-hand plant, two-footed plant, the double clutch, and he takes it home.
Not only does he get up there, but he hangs, Rick. You know, I'm picking up some anticipation.
Paul Pressey, Hinson, and Terry Tyler, along with Jerome Kersey. So Spud Webb getting ready for his first dunk here in the second round.
Oh, my goodness.
John, this young man has been so impressive, and a crowd with a standing ovation. You see the tens flashing.
That is out of sight.
You know the one thing, John, the creativity of Webb.
Absolutely, Rick. Look at this. It looks like he's taking a shot. Now the timing that ball should bounce just right. He meets it at the height and doesn't.
This year, that backboard is 6 inches shorter underneath, just for that reason we just showed you. Had it been 6 inches lower that time, Stansbury would have hit his head on the bottom of the backboard. So for safety factors, the NBA has instilled that shorter backboard, and it's working. I never had that problem.
You're a two-handed stuffer, weren't you?
No, I never had that problem, John, believe me.
Spud has a flair for the dramatic, as you can see. He measures the floor, and you know his confidence is really building now, and he feels he can take time.
Very conservative.
It's conservative, but it still wins people, and probably the judges, because you're just reminded over and over again that the guy is 5'7".
When you look and you see the bottom of his feet and how far they are off the ground, it is impressive.
Now I wonder, as this thing moves along, if he will show fatigue.
Well, let's watch again. Spud Webb on a rather conservative dunk, but look how far out he took off. That's the one
dunk, I thought. Wonder who the culprit is. Staubach?
I don't know. Bill Russell keeps waving a finger at Sad Sanders. Let's see what Spud comes up with. He goes back to the double clutch move.
That gets him. Boy, the crowd loves him. He's a hometown guy here in Dallas.
And a look at that dunk from our Midgie cam.
All right. His features.
To select the champion of the slam dunk this year, the Gatorade Slam Dunk, Spud Webb. Now, what do you think of his chances?
Well, I think they've improved greatly. Now, 2 dunks on the final round instead of 3.
Without being able to palm the ball.
Out of sight. Out of sight.
The partisan crowd holding up their scores of 10. Let's see what the judges come up with. There's a good look at the Spud man, and they give him a 50. Now Dominique is going to have to reach into his bag of tricks, I think, John.
He knows what a 50 takes.
Here's Spud again. 360. Shot the long ball that he did in the second round.
Final dunk now.
And Spud Webb comes through in the clutch to put the pressure on Dominique.
This is so great. I mean, here's a couple of teammates. They live together for 7, 8 months a year, and now they're going at each other. Great feeling.
And another 50 for Spud Webb.
Now the pressure's on the judges. Look at
I think Spud's going to win.
The judges are dying over there.
I don't think that dunk by Dominique was a 50. Let's see what happens as the crowd chants Spud.
It's like the Olympics.
Oh, how people love the underdog. 49-48, our new slam dunk champion with an incredible upset, Spud Webb.
You picked Dominique. I didn't think this guy had a chance.
Shows you how much we know.
What a surprise. Boy, that was thrilling.
$12,000 in prize money goes to Spud Webb, who you can see how pleased he was. Seems to have a lot of emotion. What a terrific performance. Let's take a look at, from the Midgie cam, the second dunk of Spud Webb. Off the glass on the bounce. Marvelous timing.
Perfection.
250s for the little man.
5'7" tall.
Well, he and, of course, Manu Bol have created so much excitement around the NBA. It's really terrific to see that happen. And what that does, it gives so much hope to all the little men who play the game of basketball throughout the country. And a major upset of the weekend here.
This will have severe implications on his career and his endorsement powers, I would think, huh?
We'll be back with an interview with our winner, Spud Webb, in just a moment.
Attending All-Star Saturday, and we look forward to